wise, to just be like an absolute like dickhead and just be annoying. Um, Even like I have this thing going on. I wrestled Kellyanne and I beat her. I have this thing where I'm just gonna constantly mention that I beat Kellyanne to the point that like the fans just get really annoyed by it. So I like to annoy people, I guess. Like I got little sisters that I like to annoy, so I guess I kind of get I can just do it to anyone. Like I can't do that like in a public space, so wrestling kind of gives me that opportunity to just be an absolute dickhead, I guess.
But that is like that's like it's such a cool way to do it. It's like, it just allows me to be a dickhead to people, and
Exactly, you can't do that in
and
public.
it's socially acceptable. It's like
Yeah,
it's like it's okay. She's a wrestler. She can do that.
yeah.
No, I like it. And, one of the things you mentioned, like obviously, flying around the ring, as being a baby face with the other promotions, do you find it, as far as like difference in getting heat and getting pops and stuff like that, like, what's the feeling? Because you said, you used to being a heel most of your time in PCW and now, branching out, being booked as in the face role. Is it feel, different getting that sort of, I mean, like, oh wow, I'm not used to getting cheered, or is it like, oh yeah, they like me? Like, is it, I mean, like, do you feel a sense of accomplishment?
Especially the first deathmatch show, I was almost like surprised how over we are. Like we were really over. They were loud for us, so that was like really surprising because like I'm so used to just everyone yelling at me, PCW, calling me a bitch, and all these other words that I won't say here.
Wow.
So yeah,
They're ruthless
it's really
in
interesting.
PCW.
Huh?
They're ruthless fans in PCW.
They are. They absolutely are. I'm concerned. I think some of them think it's real. I feel like just the way they are.
Yeah, like I've seen some people at some local shows, and I'm just like, let me smarten you up, please. It's like telling your child that there's no Santa Claus with some people, But, and that's the thing. So, beating Kellyanne, is a pretty big accomplishment. And I think that, definitely by having that in your repertoire and in your bank to use as a heat magnet, absolutely can see it happening, And, you've got a show in Sydney coming up with FWA Wrestling Xena. How is this one of the bigger matches that you've had here in Sydney when you've come down?
Yeah, I'd say so. Last time I was down, it was BCW, and that was a women's title match. I lost that one, but at FWA, I have another one, so I guess that's kind of equal. But I think it's more like of a highlight, I'd say, because it's a new company for me to work with, a new opponent. So there's a lot of excitement going towards it.
Yeah, and I think like there's got a few people on the card as well. I think Murdoch's wrestling as well on that card, if I saw it correct. Is he?
No, I don't. No, he's not on that.
Oh, he's not. Okay, sorry.
No.
I thought I saw him on there. Sorry, Murdoch. I know he's watching, so he's sending some comments here tonight. But in saying that as well, like coming down to Sydney and wrestling in front of a different crowd, do you plan to get around into interstate wrestling more now that the borders are starting to open up a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Especially like Sydney's the only place interstate I've wrestled at, so I definitely want to like open that more and like go to like Adelaide, Perth, etc. Yeah, I'm all for it because it just means more experience and more opportunities to get better and connect with people.
And if you could go anywhere in the world to wrestle, like, just take COVID out of the question, where would be one of the main places that you'd want to go, and who would you want to wrestle the most?
This question always stunts me. I mean, in terms of place, probably America, since there's just so much opportunity there.
Yep.
In terms of someone to wrestle, I always get stumped with this question because there's so many to choose from.
I mean, there's so many names as well that you can choose from to wrestle. Like,
I suddenly go blank on like everyone as well.